Welcome to Star Kingdom, where we are obsessed with Star Wars Unlimited. I'm Ryan, and I'm so glad you're here because we've got another episode of Farm Boy to Jedi. Basically, I took the two-player starter kit for Shadows of the Galaxy, and I am simulating entering one of those decks into a local game store's weekly events, and then upgrading those decks using only the cards that I win through prize support. Just to bring you up to speed, last week we won one out of our 3 matches and earned ourselves 2 prize packs, and some of those cards are already going into our Gideon starter deck. Let me show you. Okay, so first we are taking out both copies of System Patrol Craft. It is a perfectly fine, if somewhat unexciting, space unit, and I just think we can do a little bit better here. So I am putting in the Clan Saxon Gauntlet and a Vigilant Pursuit Craft. So both of these still have Sentinel. They cost a little bit more, but we get the smuggle opportunity off of the Pursuit Craft. And the Gauntlet here kind of bridges our curve between our smaller stuff and Gideon's light cruiser. So I'm curious to see how that works out for us. Then we're taking out Top Target, an upgrade that gives a unit a bounty good for healing 4 or 6 damage from our base. In its place, we'll just be running our other copy of the Client, which does pretty much the same thing, but every turn. And it's also a unit, so we can attack with it if we need to get those last few points of damage in to win the game. Another card I'm taking out is the Pirate Battle Tank. I think the deck has 2. We're just taking one of these out. It's kind of expensive, kind of slow. The smuggle is nice, but it doesn't really fit with the aggressive game plan of the rest of Gideon's units. So instead, we are trying out this Warbird Stowaway, which also has smuggle, so it gives us some options for resourcing early on, but I like this guy because he is small enough to work with Gideon. And if we have the initiative, he can get to be quite big and punch pretty hard, which we want to see out of our cheaper units. And finally, I'm taking out one of our 2 confiscates. It's a fine ability to have access to, but I don't think we need both copies in the main deck. And since we're only playing best of 1, we don't really have a sideboard to park this in, so we're just going to take it out. And taking its place will be our second copy of Dr. Pershing, another unit that is small, works with Gideon, and this one can keep cards coming, which is going to be really important since we're playing a bunch of cheap little units, and we're going to need to refill our hand in order to keep the pressure on our opponent. So those are the upgrades that I'm trying out today. I'm going to hop on over to Karabast and queue up for a match with the new deck, and we'll see how many out of our 3 matches we can win. Here we go. All right, here we go. First round, we've got Rey on a yellow base. We won the initiative choice. I think we're going first. Let's get our credits worth. All right, do we mulligan? We've got an Incinerator Trooper, which is one of our strongest turn 1 cards, and then some other questionable ones, but I don't know if this deck can get much better, so okay. Remember, we paid $10 to enter our local store event here. We're going to play 3 rounds, best of 1, so I think we're going to put this Moment of Glory and outflank down. Generally, my strategy the first 3-4 turns is to get units out, and any events, upgrades, other stuff that depends on units, I tend to just resource those, because if I'm putting my units down there and holding on to cards that I can't really play without something to play them on, it just seems like a bad time. So, all right, our opponent has played Chopper, so we get to claim the initiative here. And they used Rey to put an experience on Chopper. That's unfortunate, because otherwise we could have used Gideon and the Trooper to just kill Chopper in 1 move. All right, so resource, I think, will be this Privateer Crew, because it's got Smuggle, so we can maybe get that back later. I guess we could still play General Taggy, give this an experience, then attack with it. We might actually have to do that, because otherwise Chopper just attacks and kills this before we get to do anything, or we just put down the guard. Yeah, maybe that is better. We'll just play the cell block guard. So now we've got a Sentinel, and now Chopper has to attack into that. And if he does, then our Trooper gets to kill Chopper. All right, so they gave him another experience. Oh dear, okay. So I think we actually pass? It's a little risky because now I guess they could just claim initiative. All right, they did not. They took out our guard, which means now we can attack into Chopper and like first strike kill him. So that wasn't too bad. But then they do have enough resources to put down a restored arc. Okay, well now we just claim the initiative. So we drew a second copy of the client. I don't think we need 2 of those. I don't know where we're gonna put this price on your head. I think what I want to do is play out this Warzone Lieutenant. That gives me at least 2 troopers. And now I could play Taggy and give them both experience, or I could just use all the rest of my resources on the client. I'm trying to keep my options open here. And they've got Kanan. So what is the best thing to do against Kanan? Put down the client, or just buff and try to race? I think I like just putting Taggy down here. I mean, technically that gets me like 4 power for 2 resources, which is pretty decent. And our opponent took the initiative, so this Kanan is gonna get to deal some damage somewhere. All right, we're gonna resource our light cruiser since we are still several turns away from being able to play that. They use Kanan to take out our trooper, which makes sense. But now he's got 3 damage on him, so I'm gonna put a price on his head, and we'll see if they are able to protect him, because if not, oh, binds all things. No, they heal him. Oh, and kill our other trooper. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, this just got really awkward. I guess we'll use our resources to play the client. And opponent drops in the Millennium Falcon with their last 3 resources. All right, so they're gonna hit us pretty hard up in space. We'll take the initiative here. We'll see if they're gonna pay to keep the Falcon around. I mean, we're taking some damage, but the client can help us gain back like a lot of health. Ooh, and we can even just kill somebody. All right, so do we put down super laser tech? I think so. So like this is another case where like I should play it, but it's more useful to me as a resource because now I'm at 6, so I can play lethality and this short trooper. Lethality is like my best way to get rid of the Falcon, I guess, or maybe this restored arc if I feel I need to. It's just a question of, can I kill this Kanan this turn? Or do I bounty on the restored arc and then kill that? Yeah, that might be the play here, right? Because that gets me like a big chunk of health back. All right, so they do use restored arc while they've got it. I guess I'm gonna use calculated lethality to take it out. Gain 5, or restore 5, heal 5. What's the right? In Magic, you would say you gain the life, but since you start at 0 and you add damage, you're actually taking stuff away. It's not really the same. We're gonna send Taggy into Kanan, deal some damage to him, because we get to flip Gideon this turn. So he'll be able to hopefully answer Kanan unless they play Obi-Wan Kenobi or throw a lightsaber. Okay, they put the lightsaber on Rey. That's actually weirdly fine. Except they have another, it binds all things, so our damage does nothing again. All right. So do I want to flip Gideon here? Because they're just gonna kill him like immediately. So I guess we take the initiative and try to get him on the next turn. I don't know how though. We have no cards left in hand. They still have 2. They've got no damage now, and we have no board presence. Oh god. All right, well, with 6 resources, we can play both of these. So I don't think we're resourcing anything. Man, Rey with a Jedi lightsaber is like impossible for us to deal with, right? And then they have Luke. Okay, yeah, I don't think our little budget starter deck can keep up with this. Oh. All right. opponent with the Jedi package. We don't really have a top end. We've got a light cruiser for space, and that's about it. And some, like, pirate tanks. So I don't know, how can we improve our aggressive trooper strategy? Like, what else can we do here? I just feel like we are so outclassed. And then they have Rey as well. All right. Cool. Taking tons of damage. And we drew a confiscate. Hey, that actually answers the lightsaber. It's a little late, but it does do it. I think we're still very dead. But at least we can deny them the lightsaber. In with Rey. Yep. And we lose. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to a second game and see if we can find an opponent a little more balanced against our deck, I'll say. All right, we are matched up against a mono blue Iden, so can't wait to see how this one goes. All right, opening hand, we've got Shore Trooper, okay. Death Trooper, TIE Fighter, another Death Trooper. I mean, it's pretty aggressive, so no mulligan here. But again, I don't know what like calculated lethality is going to do against a deck that probably isn't playing a lot of units. Certainly not ones that are cost 3 or less. And I mean, I guess we don't need both of these Death Troopers. We're just not going to have a chance to play them. So we'll put Shore Trooper out there first. Solid 2-3 for 2. See how our opponent feels about that. They just claim the initiative. Okay, well then we pass. And we drew Dr. Pershing and a battle tank, so that we can resource because it's got smuggle. And they used Power of the Dark Side on our little itty bitty dude, which actually kind of sucks because I wanted to put this experience from the Vanguard on him. And now we don't really have a great way to use all 3 of our resources. Like, I don't want to play this Death Trooper on an empty board. He just deals 2 damage to himself and then nothing else. So I guess we play the Doctor, and then they take initiative again, so pass. Okay, cool. Man. Alright, so if we play... Taggy is probably getting dunked, because otherwise we don't have a lot of great things for him to buff. Alright, they burn a second... another removal card, a takedown this time. Okay. So I guess we will play Incinerator Trooper. They take the initiative. So we'll play our TIE Fighter, buff up our Trooper. Pass. We draw another Seasoned Shore Trooper and Remnant Reserves. So I think Death Trooper gets put away. They have Childs in, and this is going to be huge, right? Boom, 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 boom. So they have a 6/6 Sentinel. That's actually fine because our Discerning Veteran just captures it and strips all those experience counters off. So I'll take that. And let's see, they claim the initiative, so we just get a couple of attacks in. We even get to deploy Gideon and swing with him. So cool. Well, I think we just need to fade a Super Laser Blast and we'll be all right. The opponent vanquishes our Discerning Veteran, which gets them Childs and back, but he doesn't get to get his buffs again, so we just kill him and get the Overwhelm from Gideon. They deploy Iden. I think we'll do 2 up in space while we got the opportunity. Iden takes out our Incinerator, that's okay. Gideon will go base. So we got him at 14 damage. I mean, feels good, but no idea. All right. So Remnant Reserves, search the top 5 of your deck for up to 3 units, reveal them and draw them. So we just get to draw any 3 of these that we want, huh? I mean, Doctor seems all right. Big Ship seems all right. other big ship seems all right. And then we still have 2 left, so we could play the Doctor or the Shore Trooper. Guess we just put the Shore Trooper out. Okay, and then resource here. I guess super laser tech. All right, so we're up to 7. They use make an opening to take down TIE Fighter. Fine. Does she have a shield on her anymore? She doesn't. So I think I'll play Snow Trooper. Lets me attack with this guy, and we'll just KO Iden and get some overwhelm damage in as well. Oh, I thought I got to attack. They did power the dark side, and I sacrificed Gideon. I clicked. I wasn't even watching. Okay. That's fine. We've got 5, so I think we... That's gonna haunt me. I cannot believe that I missed that. They had played another card. I thought they just passed. Okay. Man, I wanted to put that super laser tech down. And then the Doctor, I guess. Okay, all right, well. Just gotta learn the interface, and it's not like there's a pop-up here. It's not like Arena where it's easy to tell when someone plays a card, but we will muddle through. It's fine. All right, we are at 7 resources. I don't think I want to resource any of these, so we're gonna skip for this turn. They play Vigilance, heal themselves for 5, and what, milled us for 5 cards? Yeah, okay. So I'll play this TIE Vanguard, put the experience on my Snow Trooper. They've got 4 resources, and they use Takedown. Okay, cool. Get in for 2. I'm gonna use the Doctor to kill the super laser tech and draw. Man, I'm getting nervous about like super laser blast and stuff. I don't want to overcommit. All right, opponent does resource, so they're up to 9. Do we want to resource? I don't think so. We're pretty comfortable at 8 with the light cruisers, so we'll just pass. They've got a Sentinel, so we could play our Clan Saxon Gauntlet and then use Legal Authority. Could just run this cruiser out. Or could attack with the fighter, exhaust a friendly unit to make it into a 6/3 and just get this off the board. I think that's what I want to do. Choose a unit to exhaust. I think I will exhaust the Doctor. Why did that only deal 3 damage? Am I not understanding this card? Is it bugged? On attack, you may exhaust another friendly unit. If you do, this unit gets +3/+0. It should have attacked as 6. Okay, so that must be bugged. And that's really frustrating. It gave the buff to this guy. It's given it to the wrong unit. That's the problem. Why would you give it to an exhausted... Okay. Well, they're playing... Search Your Feelings? Okay. So what do we do with our remaining 8 here? I guess we just attack with the TIE Fighter, although that should have been 2 more damage on their base. What do we think they searched up? Was it Super Laser Blast? Bet it was. Yep, there it is. All right, so our board is empty, but that's fine, because now we can play Gideon's Light Cruiser. And what's the best thing we can get back? Dark Trooper? Doctor? Try and draw more cards? I guess a shore trooper, because he attacks for the most. Alright, they just took initiative. And once again, I don't think we need to resource anything. They had another super laser blast. Well, joke's on you. We have another light cruiser. So we're just gonna do this dance again, opponent. Alright, they took initiative again, so still don't want to resource anything. See if they have a third laser blast. Nope, vigilance this time. Okay. Attack for 7. They restock. So they put both super laser blasts, vigilance, and the restock back into their deck. Alright, well, I don't want to, like, overcommit into yet another board wipe, but I do need to get some pressure on them, so... Dark Trooper. They play another vigilance. They're trying to mill me out. I'm down to just 2 cards left. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, this is gonna get ugly. I mean, I guess I gotta play more stuff in order to keep the pressure on them, right? I gotta put out this Trooper and the client and pray we don't get hit with another laser blast. Yeah, we're not resourcing anything. We need every card we've got. They entrench our light cruiser. Where's our confiscate when I need it? Yeah, already in the bin. Gross. Okay, well, let's try a moment of glory. Turn this into a 6/6. Got them to 24. Man. We take some burn on our base. Yeah, still not resourcing anything. They heal with make an opening. Oh my god. I think I will play TIE Fighter, buff up the client. And they play Inferno 4. Fine. Ooh. I guess we just attack. Yeah, I mean, I can use lethality on Inferno 4, but that doesn't really help us here. Do I just run it all out? I mean, if they have another super laser blast, like, there's nothing else I can really do here, right? I just need to get more damage in than they can heal. They have Childs in. Ugh. Alright, so legal authority. When played, attached unit captures an enemy non-leader unit with less power. So I can just capture Childs in. It doesn't have to be in the same... No, did it stick it on him? This interface is so dumb. How do I undo? How do I undo? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to put... I thought you picked the target for this... How do I... How do I undo? Undo! So now they've entrenched another thing. Oh my god. And I buffed up Childs in. This is so dumb. I should have won this one. I should have won this one. Had I played it correctly, I would have had enough on the ground to get up to the... to do it. So I'm counting this as a spiritual win because of the mistakes here, but man, is this frustrating. Like, I was trying to have the light cruiser capture Childs in. We would have been able to get in 5 more damage on the ground. And now we just aren't going to be able to punch our way past this guy, and we're not going to draw anything to make it possible either. So I'm going to concede this one, but I'm counting this as a win out of our 3 things because I misclicked. For our intents and purposes, I say we won because we had the opportunity there, and if I'd understood what this interface was asking me to click on, I would have correctly done that, but I just messed up, and it happens. But we will say this is a victory. Okay, great. All right, on to our 3rd game here. I'm still saying we won one of them, so we're currently 1-1, but we're up against Boba Fett at Energy Conversion Lab, one of the best decks in the whole game, probably, so I'm not feeling super optimistic here. Super Laser Tech, Warzone Lieutenant, Incinerator, though, so maybe we have an opening hand that works, and they're playing with a 25 health base, so let's see if we can get there. All right, resources are in. We're gonna deploy our Incinerator Trooper, probably our best turn 1 play with this deck. We get to keep the initiative going into turn 2. All right, we're gonna put a Dark Trooper. Oh, I should, if I was gonna put one, I should have put the Cell Block Guard. It's just like straight up worse. Why did I put the Trooper down? I don't know. Okay, well, we'll play our Super Laser Tech. We're about to get clocked for 3 up in space. They've got Toro Calacan. We just ignore him for now and take the initiative. Confiscate. So have we learned our lesson about holding on to this against a Boba deck, though? I don't know. I'm gonna dunk it and regret that later for sure. All right, we're at 4 resources. I'm gonna play out my Dark Trooper here. They send Toro into it, which means I can now use my Incinerator Trooper to attack into him and first strike kill him. That feels pretty good. They play Unit Boba Fett. Well, Super Laser Tech into that. And then flip Gideon. Let's see if they've got an answer for Gideon. If not, we're taking out Boba Fett. They just take the initiative, so our Gideon gets to take out Boba Fett. Okay. I'll take that. But this is the scarier turn because it's Boba Fett. Big Boba Fett turn. Alright, and they got us up in space before we could deploy our Space Sentinel. I think, yeah, we'll send Gideon to their base. I mean, we could either play 2 Cell Block Guards, which would tie up their Boba Fett pretty nicely. They ECL out another Boba Fett. Cool. Choose a unit to deal 2 damage, 2. So he'll do 2 to himself. And 2 to their Boba. Oh, I was thinking I could attack with the Incinerator Trooper and give it +1, but because they just killed our Gideon, and I can't use him this turn for that, so we're not going to get to do this. Okay. So they played Commission. Search the top 10 cards of your deck for a bounty hunter, item, or transport, reveal it, and draw it. They revealed a Fire Spray. Kind of wishing we had played our Gauntlet, but that's alright. We'll still get to play it. So they've got 2 resources left. Are they gonna play something or keep initiative? They flip their Boba. Okay. So I guess we claim here. And we will put down Privateer Crew. Play our Gauntlet, although I guess Fire Spray just eats this, right? Because it attacks for 5? No, when it's attacked, you can give an experience token to a unit before the damage is dealt. So this will become a 5/6. So this will survive at least 1 Fire Spray attack, but it won't survive Overwhelming Barrage. Boba at ECL just has everything, every time. Such a good deck. It's all right, we're in this for the long haul. We're doing fine. All right, so they wiped out our dudes on the ground. And we have like not nearly enough resources left, so I guess we're just claiming initiative again, and we're about to take like 9, 10, 11, 12? Like what? Oh, this game. Okay, yep, they just get to pour a ton of damage onto our base, and we draw, like, Price on Your Head does nothing, right? Super Laser Tech doesn't help us. These are useless. I don't need more ramp, right? I don't need more resources. I need stuff that affects the board, and this deck just doesn't seem to have it. I've got a Death Trooper, which will do 2 damage, not enough to kill anything. So we play Cell Block Guard. And they have Maul. All right, so that just ambushes, takes that out. Cool. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Guess we have to kill their Boba Fett, but now this one, yeah, we're dead. We are dead. We'll put a price on your head, Boba Fett. All right, so we played 3 games. I still say we won one of them. Had I not misclicked there, we would have had it. That last one, we didn't really stand a chance. So, with 1 victory, we still get 2 booster packs again. We're gonna load up our Force Table Sealed Pool Simulator, and I use this to generate the packs, but we're gonna just open 2. It's gonna give us 6, but we're only gonna open 2 here. And again, this is just based on how my local game store does it. I know everyone's store is a little bit different, but for the purpose of this simulation, you always get at least 1 pack, even if you go 0-3, and then each win gets you 1 more. So if we're saying we won 1, we come away with 2 whole packs. And let's see if we got anything that Gideon would make use of. So we opened our 2nd copy of Hondo, which we don't really need. We've got a decent spaceship, but like, I don't love it. Bounty Guild Initiate doesn't help us. Certainly don't need another Moment of Glory. Underworld Thug doesn't help us. All right, Crumb, I don't think really fits with what our deck is trying to do. A little bit of healing, a little bit of pinging. I don't know. Crosshair is a bit more interesting. I mean, at least it's an Imperial and a Trooper, so it has some synergy with some of our other stuff. Costs a touch more than Gideon likes to see for his ability, but the fact that this can, as an action, exhaust itself to deal damage equal to its power to an enemy ground unit kind of gives us a repeat way to interact with our opponent's board, so that might be good. And then we got a Casca Reeves and Wanted. Neither of those are super helpful. So out of this whole pack, maybe the ship, but I don't think it's better than anything we already have. And maybe Crosshairs. Pack 2, please be more kind to us. Cad Bane, which I think we also already have from last week's packs. A Gentle Giant doesn't have, like, this whole top row, no good. Foundling, an upgrade, probably not. Another Gauntlet, I don't know. Headhunting, no. So like, literally nothing. There's not a green card in this whole pack. What? Okay, well. I guess we have a lot to think about. Maybe next week we try switching over to the Mandalorian deck, because again, the whole premise is we spent $40 to buy the starter kit, which has 2 decks in it. We played Gideon for the first week. Here we go. We'll add week 2. Was another $10 entry fee, another 1 win. That's being generous. But we're up to 2 wins, and we've spent 60 credits to enter this. So we're paying like $30 a win right now. Not great. So I don't know. I got to think on this. Do we switch over to Mandalorian deck and see if we've opened some stuff that might help that one out? Or do we keep plugging ahead with Gideon here and just try to get better with it? I don't really know what upgrades we could make this week. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think so far of Farm Boy to Jedi after the end of our 2nd week. I mean, here's the Gideon deck, gang, and it's not not pretty, but it is what it is. So if you've got ideas, leave them down in the comments. Otherwise, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all of the great excitement on the Farm Boy to Jedi journey here that you'll only find on Star Kingdom. We'll see ya.